Hello guys and welcome to the new series of the Chinois Cup number 6. This was the leader breakdown. We had several of different leaders, but let's jump into the finals and see which decks made it. So welcome to the finals. So we have a black purple Luffy into Enel, and I couldn't there is no webcam, or there was no stream, or it's a little bit late to the YouTube because I was very sick. But here we are. We have the black purple Luffy into Enel matchup, and black purple Luffy starting with 2 Moria in hand already, and the 9 cost Luffy. That's what you really want to see against Enel. Chaining those big bodies, leaving them on 2, and you will get there at some point. This is also very interesting how this works. So, because you are returning Dawn with the Black Maria, she is actually giving you 1 Dawn as well. So she can ramp you from 3 to 4 on turn 2. But basically in this matchup, and for all the black decks into Enel, it's quite... The game plan is quite simple, I would say. The game plan is always not putting them on 1, so you don't give value to Ace or Yamato. Get a huge board and slowly start poking when you have like 3 hits or more. And yeah, they will have to counter, lose cards. Don't attack them otherwise. If they jam a big body like Ace, you will eventually destroy it. So if you keep that in mind and keeping them on 2, don't be rushed to kill them. Your win percentage against Enel will increase by a lot. The Enel is basically a skill check for newer players or players that haven't tested enough against the Enel deck. But once you know the deck, I think it's actually quite an easy matchup. I even dare to say with black decks like Lucci, Black Luffy, and so on and so on. Of course, it's Enel, it's a yellow deck. If they see like the perfect curve and they have like the perfect triggers, it's still hard to win. So watching here at Arkham Knight, he's deciding to go for Frankie. So this is clearly a card that it's really good into the black purple Luffy deck, because you don't lose Dawn, you actually gain 1 active from it, I would say, and drawing 2 cards. Yeah, that's amazing. He does have a weird turn here. He can decide to swing 6 with Black Maria, but I don't think you are in a rush to kill the Enel, because you won't kill them in the next couple of turns, and you will only give your Black Maria for free, so I would suggest canceling the attack here as he did. Enel going for 6. So there are no 2Ks in hand of the black purple Luffy. That's the hard part. I don't mind actually blocking here with the Frankie, because you can resummon it next turn with your Moria. So he did. Okay, and now we have a Moria turn with playing Frankie and Law, gaining some cards advantage in our hand. And the next turn we will do big body, big body, big body, and afterwards we will go for the kill. Okay. Law picks up a Straw Hat if he wants to, so we can go for the Giant or the Sanji. Taking Sanji, which can easily clear a Nami. He is gonna trash the Sanji he gained. 1 Dawn extra, he can decide to give 1 Dawn to his leader to boost everything in stats. And I wouldn't mind doing that over the law because then you block his category on your Moria. That was also the game plan as Black starter deck Luffy, the ST14, is Enel was one of the only matchups that I really wanted to go first because once you put your 8 Don characters and 1 Don under your leader, they will never clear it unless they have Raigo, and that's why you leave them on 2 or 3 life. For the Ace, for the Yamato, and for the Raigo, so they can't clear your big bodies easily. And now Katakuri is there, so that punished a little bit for not using the 1 Don onto his leader. We still have a lot of cards left. Now Frankie didn't get killed by Enel, so or Moria isn't that great. So I guess he's not going for Moria here. Not protecting the Nami, of course. And then this seems like the turn indeed that you can go for a Luffy. This is the only deck that you decide to return 2 Dons, so you get 1 active and 1 rested back. And this event really good into Dofi, for example, to get rid of some 4-cost bodies. It's also good against Rebecca or annoying characters at 4. We also have a lot of minus, of course, in the deck. So with the Shiraoshi that we see, we can get rid of an 8-cost even. So next turn, if he throws away the Shiraoshi, he can do next turn a turn with Moria, Shiraoshi, Law, and the event to clear out the Katakuri. Thinking about his turn here, we are leaving the Enel on 2, so Ace would just be a heal without rush, and Yamato can clear the Frankie, but nothing more, and doesn't heal. Giving banish to the Katakuri, so that means we will either block or throw the life away. Sadly, it's a Gum Gum Giant. And then we decide to Raigo the Luffy. So, Enel's still in a good spot, not very high on cards. Let's see, what can we do? So I guess this is the turn that you either go for Moria, Shiraoshi, Law, and get rid of the Katakuri, because I hope I'm not misreading the card. Of course, that it's get rid of a 4-cost to bottom deck, but that seems like a play this turn with the Moria. Or you don't have your Frankie, of course, because it's still on the board. So I guess Shiraoshi seems like the play. Getting a blocker is fine as well to protect your bigger stuff afterwards. Oh, he does have a second Frankie. I missed that. And here we are with the Combo Wombo. getting rid of that Katakuri, also gaining a Don, and now it's very important to put that one Don on your leader so Moria can't get removed by Katakuri, and he's not doing it for the... That seems weird to me, like the bluff on the Gum Gum Giant doesn't matter here. So the one Don not doing on the Moria seems really weird to me. Because a 7 attack, so that means 8 Don left for Enel. This might just mean a Katakuri again onto the Moria. But it seems like it's a Raigo, so it didn't matter. But if there was a Katakuri, it mattered a lot actually, because the Katakuri, okay, it can put back the Nami, but you're perfectly fine with that. Your Moria is super protected. Shiraoshi is not a big of a problem in this matchup because you have the Sanjis, you have the Usops to rest it, and clearing it out by an attack makes it really easy. Two Don. And I think you do the Don on your leader now, because otherwise your Frankie is in Yamato range, so one Don is necessary here onto your leader. Just don't attack because you got okay, you can't put them on 0 and hope, of course, that they don't have an Ace or a Yamato, but it doesn't seem like the play because there is also a Shiraoshi, so I guess we just put one Don on their leader and pass turn. Five to leader. This seems like an ace turn. There he is. Ooh, gear 5. I wouldn't mind just playing the Sanji here, resting the Shiraoshi and killing it with leader and just pass turn again. Or you can also play your Nami and draw trash 1, draw 2. So you develop a Sanji and a Nami blocker, kill off the Shiraoshi, so next turns you can push more. Yep, one more. And now you can kill off the Shiraoshi and develop your Nami. Unless you want the Don under your leader, but I guess it doesn't matter here. I wouldn't attack with the Sanji here. We have time. So he is going for it. So it seems like he wants to go 7-7. Or put him on 0. Seven, 7-10 to try to catch at least 2 cards out of hand from Main. Or the NL player, I would say. But let's see. I was a big fan just for Sanji, resting the Shiraoshi, you kill off with your leader and play Nami. Don't attack, and next turn you can decide if you have enough attacks, you can start with a 6 or a 7. If they don't counter, you can easily get there, probably, or putting them to 0 and lose a lot of cards. Now you can make them lose 1 card, I guess. If you swing 5 to leader, they have to counter it. Otherwise, you can come with a 9 and a 10. Indecisive. And the amount of time difference is really something. Like 5 minutes left for Arkham Knight at Black Purple Luffy into 14 minutes as the Enel player. Okay, I guess we trash the Zoro, get 2 cards, and pass turn. So I guess a 5k swing, that it's very possible we see a second ace. And because of hitting with Sanji, this will cost us either cards or the character, and it will cost us the character here. Because we don't have counter. So same thing, I guess we build board, play out Zoro and Sanji maybe, and pass turn. I wouldn't even mind to swing like 15 with leader into an ace. There is the Zoro. I guess we can still swing 14 into the ace. Because the Zoro doesn't cost so much done because of our leader ability, of course. Oh, he's actually even gonna swing with the Luffy. But we don't have a lot of protection for our own Luffy. Well, we do have a blocker, that's something. I'm blocking it, so we don't have counter. We have, well, we have 1k counter, and there is a third ace. And he's just gonna pass. He's not in a hurry, Enel never is, to close games out. And Arkham Knight is slowly getting into a hurry. He has only 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to close out the game. On Veggie Trigger, I don't think it's really mattering. I actually wouldn't have mind not using Veggie on the Luffy, because if Luffy hits you, will start swinging with your ace into it, but it's fine. He is going to try to put the Enel on 0, I guess, because it seems like he is gonna swing for 9 with Frankie. Well, he has to, otherwise the last swing was really, really bad. It's basically giving your opponent a Sakazuki effect. So he's going for 7. Seems easily countered. 2 cards. Only one 2k counter in hand of the black purple Luffy. So slowly but steady the Enel will get there. Also no Dawn on the leader again. So Yamato can easily clear off the Zoro here. And Frankie, of course. But I guess it doesn't matter, because if the Yamato couldn't clear the Frankie, it would kill the Zoro. Both are 5Ks. And Enel is going for board. Ooh, Hidatsu and 2 blockers to keep the ace safe. Oh. He is playing gear 5 for an extra turn. Not even attacking with... Yeah, I think he forgot. Oops, in the chat he forgot, so his 9-cost Luffy does not even attack onto an ace. And we do have a 6 swing, and this is giving a this hit is super bad. This is giving a cycle for the Enel player, but I guess I honestly think he's giving up. He's not getting there. He doesn't have like an Usopp now or he doesn't have 3 hits. So this again is actually a cycle if the Enel player wants. Of course, if he doesn't have heal, you better don't cycle. "25 seconds left." That also means that he probably won't get there. He's not at at 8 done, so he can't do the effect. 7 to leader, we don't have counter, and it seems like this will be game, because this is an 8k and double 10 from ace, and that means Enel is our victor. And because this video is made later, this same Enel list won 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, first place in the Chi Noise Cup. So I added something to the videos. Here is the list that won the game and won 2 weeks in a row, and the player. Follow him on Twitter, and see you next time.